the same script. Habib Bank wants to become #1 bank in the region. That is the vision. Right from the T-boy server to the president, everybody is coalescing around this particular vision. Everybody is making a contribution to achieve that vision. And he says that without vision, a transformation effort can easily dissolve into a list of confusing, incompatible, and time-consuming projects that go in wrong direction or go nowhere. So vision is actually unifying everybody and saying we are moving from Karachi to Hyderabad, and from Hyderabad we are going towards Nawab Shah. Now it is, without a vision, somebody will go to Hyderabad, or even on the way they will go to branch off to Dadu. Some people will branch off to Tata. Some people will reach Hyderabad and they will go to Mirpur Khas. Some people will go to Sangha. So there's a whole confusion because there is no unifying vision as to what the organization is about to do. But if the marching orders are, and you all share that vision, that we have to go and reach, Sakhar by such and such time and such date, even if you get astray, you will come back to that path, to that direction. So you know the destination, and you know the direction where you're going. So the vision brings the whole organization to a common path, common destination. You may differ on the vehicles which will take you to those destinations. Mr. Khurram may say, I want to fly from Karachi to Sakhar. I don't want to take a car. And Mr. Akil may say, no, let's take a train. And Mr. Abidi may say, let's drive. Those are the vehicles. But all three of them really want to go and reach Sakhar. So their destination is agreed between all three of them. But their means to reach that destination are different. You can talk about the means and the vehicles, the costs and the benefits of whether we go this way or whether we go by rail or whether we go by car. And that's a very subsequent issue. But there is an agreement as to where, similarly, the organizations must have a vision as to where they want to be in 5 years' time or 10 years' time. The fourth error, according to Cotter, is under-communicating the vision by a factor of 10, 100, 1,000. What does that mean? That means that we have all agreed on a vision. And I, as the head of the organization, know that Mr. Sardar Ahmad is very clear about the vision, that Mr. Mazhar Ali knows exactly what the vision is. That is absolutely wrong. You have to keep on communicating the vision as you are translating that vision into action. Because when you are going from an abstract to a practical plan, which is to be executed, you come across a lot of problems. And everyone is either unsure how to move to the next step, or is unclear, or is hesitant, or is fearful that if I do this, this may go wrong. It is communication at every step with all the stakeholders, which will actually lead to success. If you don't communicate, and if you read my case study, why we were able to go from a negative factor at the beginning of the change management to a highly positive outcome after the 6 year is that every 3 months I used to sit down with each department, listen to each individual about their concerns, about their problems, about their issues, resolve them there at that moment by discussion, by consultation, and move on and give them the milestones that after 3 months, I want you to move from here to here. If you don't do that, and you say, oh, I have done my work. I had the first conference on change management, and Mr. Ashar Aftab knows what needs to be done, and Mr. Abdi knows what's to be done, and that's the end of my job. You are mistaken. It will never get done. So you have to keep engaged, and you have to be constant on the move. New problems arise. New issues arise. And therefore, communication is extremely important. By the way, communication doesn't mean that the boss man comes and tells everyone what to do. That's not communication. Communication is that the boss listens to the workers who are actually doing the work in the trenches. The workers have a much better sense of what is going on in the company, in the corporation, rather than the boss. And if he listens to them, and if he acts upon their advice, which makes sense or which is agreed by everyone, the credit goes to the boss. People don't realize this. The credit goes to the boss. But the actual thinking and action has been done by the people in the trenches at the working level. So it is really a very comfortable situation for the boss if he adopts this attitude of listening and allowing people to talk openly, frankly, candidly, and then come up with a consensus solution. And that solution is then implemented, and after 3 months or 4 months, you evaluate whether you have made a progress or not. So communication is a two-way street. Please remember that. It is not a one-way street, which most of us say, अब तो मैं बॉस हूँ, बस तकरीर करूँगा और सारा काम जो है वो ठीक हो जाएगा. I think this is absolute rubbish in my view. Those who refuse to listen and learn from others are the greatest fools in this world. And part of this communication is not only what you are saying, but your actions. If they are consistent with your words, that communication and that message is going to be effective. I give you one simple example. Some of you I was at the coffee break, I was saying that Pakistan mein to har cheez jo hai wo lihaz, murabbat, dosti, rishtedari, iski basis pe hoti hai. So when I came as a governor, I introduced this comparative examination system for induction of OG2 officers. Anybody who had certain qualifications could compete, qualify, and then we had introduced by panels, and those who qualified from the interview were selected. So out of 3,000 applications, we used to select 50. This is my first year. My own